Talking about 10 things that PGA Tour players do that most amateurs don't do. So these 10 things, if you go ahead and implement these into your golf game, they're gonna help you lower your scores. Before I get into this video, I just ask that you please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 100K. Let's get right into the video. All right, the first thing that tour players do that most amateurs don't is use the same golf ball. Most amateurs will play whatever golf ball they find in the woods, which is great because it's gonna save you money, but the golf ball can affect, obviously, your speed, your spin rate, how much it's jumping off the club when you're chipping, and even putting it's gonna affect. So my recommendation is find a golf ball that fits you and stick with that golf ball. All right, number 2, every tour pro and their caddy is checking the wind for every single shot, even on days that aren't that windy. So that's something that us amateurs can realize and learn from, is we need to be checking the wind no matter what. Even 3, 4, 5 mile per hour worth of wind can affect your golf ball. So know what the wind is doing at all times. The wind's a little bit in my face on this shot, and we have a false front. So I'm gonna go just a little more club here and a little bit of an easier swing. And that is perfect. Check the wind before every shot. All right, number 3, stop shooting the yardage with your rangefinder and trying to hit the ball that far. Professional golfers are always gonna get the front, the back, the center, and then figure out where the flag is, and they're gonna try to figure out how far they wanna hit it. Very rarely do they hit their shots and have it land hole high. But I've seen so many amateurs shoot the pin and say, okay, what club do I hit that far? Let me grab it and hit it. You got a back pin, you gotta air a little short. You have a front pin, you have to air a little long. Also, are your greens firm? If they're firm, you obviously have to land it shorter than what you want. Are they soft? Am I hitting a wedge that's gonna spin? I gotta hit it longer. So basically, what I'm trying to get across here is rangefinders are great, but they can be your worst friend if you just try to land it that yardage each time. So make sure you have the yardage in mind that you want to land the golf ball. Don't just shoot the pin and hit at it. All right, number 4, stat tracking. Obviously, we're not on the PGA Tour, so we don't have access to our shot length to get all of our stats, but we can use GPS apps, we can use Arcos, and we can even write down our own stats, greens and regulations, fairways and regulations, the amount of putts we had, our scrambling percentage, if we got up and down from the sand, how many times. So we can keep track of our own stats or use technology to do that for us. But basically what that does is it allows the PGA Tour pros to figure out what their weaknesses are and to work on that. So us as amateurs, we can look at that. We can figure out what part of our game needs the most work and spend that time on the practice facilities working on that to get better. All right, number 5, tour pros will never start a hole with a dirty ball or a scuffed golf ball. You know, most of us don't have access to as many free balls as we can, so sometimes we're gonna have to play with a little bit of a scuffed golf ball, but you should never start a hole with a dirty ball. So you need to use the ball washer. They also will never hit a shot with a dirty club. A dirty wedge, a dirty iron, a dirty driver, doesn't matter what it is, they're also gonna make sure their grips are clean as well. I did a test with my Rapsodo, and it was amazing the spin difference between a dirty wedge and a clean wedge. So we need to make sure every single club is clean. We need to make sure before we tee off, we have a good, clean golf ball, and that also goes for when we're putting as well. They're always gonna, you see them throw the ball to their caddy, you can keep a wet towel with you, whatever it takes to make sure we have our equipment as clean as we possibly can to give us the best chance for success on the course. All right, number 6, and this is a big one, pre-shot routine. Almost every tour player is gonna go through the same pre-shot routine before every shot. They also like to visualize the shot that they're gonna hit. Am I gonna hit a little draw here or a little fade? See the shot, see it drawing or see it fading before you hit it. But make sure that routine is the same every single time. The putting routine may differ a little bit from the driving and the irons, but I see so many times that most people do not have a routine. My routine is, I like to take one practice swing, envision the shot, and then step up and hit it. Don't be sitting there taking 3 to 4, 5, 6 practice swings before you hit the shot. One practice swing, envision, and hit. I envisioned the little draw, and it is drawing right at the hole. It's that simple. All right, number 7, and this is a big one, course management. Most pros will actually play the hole from the green back to the tee box in their head, knowing where the pin is, whether it's on the right or left. What side of the fairway do I want to come hit the shot, my approach shot in from? Where is dead? Is there anywhere on this hole that I hit it that I'm dead in my approach shot? How far is the hole? How far do I want to have in for my second? So many times I see amateurs have a 330-yard hole and they only hit their drive 280 yards and they can't hit a 50-yard wedge to save their life, and they're still hitting driver, knowing that if they hit a perfect drive, they're giving themselves the worst number possible. So why not hit a hybrid or a 3-wood and give themselves better yardages in? So course management is absolutely huge. Know where the pin is. Play the hole from the green back to the tee box in your mind before you even tee off. That's gonna be a huge help. Number 8 is gonna be practicing smart, and especially when you're on the putting green. If you go to most of your courses and you watch the members practice their putting, they go out there with a ball or two and they're just hitting putts aimlessly. But if you go to a PGA Tour event and go to the practice green, every single guy is working on a drill. They either have a mirror set up or a line connected or a line draw on the ground that they're working on, or even the gate drill where they put 2 tees kind of next to each other and they work on their starting line and trying to get that ball to go through the tees, okay? So they work on either that. There's guys that'll put tees around 3, 4, 5 feet around the hole, and they have to make a putt around the hole before they can leave. So when you're working on your practicing, especially putting, get a couple drills that you can work on. Don't just aimlessly go out there and just hit shots and think you're gonna get better. All right, number 9, and that's warming up on the range, chipping and putting before every round. When's the last time you saw a tour player show up to an event, not hit any balls, and just go right out to the first tee? But how many times do we do that? I know we don't have as much time sometimes, but try to carve out 20, 30 minutes before each round to warm up. And also, when's the last time, if ever, have you hit the range after your round? The tour pros do it all the time, and it's a great time to practice because you're already loose. You already just played 18 holes and you know exactly what went wrong out there, and that's the best time to come to the range and work on your game. And lastly, number 10, reading the greens. Most tour pros are gonna walk all the way around the hole and see a putt from every different angle to help them read the green the best they can. They also have little tidbits, like if you have a greenside bunker, you know that the drainage is gonna go away from that bunker. So most of the time, the water is gonna fall away from the bunker. They're gonna find the low point on the green and figure out that ball is gonna wanna break towards that low point. And they're also gonna watch their competitors' putts. If you're playing with 3 other people and they're putting first, or even if they're chipping, pay attention to what their golf ball is doing. And every single tour pro is gonna do that. Even if they're chipping and they happen to hit one 3 or 4 feet by the hole, instead of turning around and getting mad and not looking, they're gonna watch their ball and read it as it goes by the hole, so they know what it does when it's coming back. So pay attention to your partners, pay attention to what your own ball is doing, and make sure you look at the putt from every different angle. So that is a big one. Try to do that every time before you hit a putt. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, give it a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions and if I should do more of this style video. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.